Okay, so NSBE was created in order to increase the number of culturally responsible Black engineers who excel academically, succeed professionally, and positively impact the community. Well, so we do that by creating events and trying to make a community for minorities in the engineering department. So the way we do that is by first, creating a way for you to learn how to study. So we do study nights once a week, and during those study nights, if you need help with anything, math, sciences, engineering, homework, or anything, you can ask some upperclassmen. Also, you can work with people that you're in class with during that time. We also started doing social events via Zoom. So this is just build a community, make you feel that you belong as part of NESB and also as part of the engineering building, engineering department. And we just had one last week where we had a game night, and we ended up finishing it off with a movie. Two of the biggest things that NESB provides students on campus is the NESB Regional Conference and the NESB National Conference. So these are two ways of both networking and also meeting other Black engineers across the nation. We are part of the Southwest region, which is Region 3. And Region 3 is basically all the Southwest colleges that are part of NESB. We end up showing up to, we show up to, usually we show up to a city in the Southwest region, but nowadays we do virtual, we do a virtual conference. We just had the national one a few weeks ago. I wasn't able to make it, but I heard it was really good. And we'll be doing that also, I believe, for the regional conference. And we also have other networking opportunities. Thanks to our advisors, and some of our grad students, we've been able to build connections with other companies and also with other other places around campus. And you find that you're able to network and hopefully find that internship or find that job you want to find after school. And one of the things that we believe in SB is that we want to include all all disciplines into NESB. We do this, as you can see right here, we have an extensive line of exec members who, range from all the disciplines in the engineering department. And also we've worked to add computer science. Computer science is considered, is not really considered engineering, but we've worked to add that into into NESB, and we're trying to branch over to other STEM fields. And so if you know any students that are interested in joining that are not, in the engineering department, let them know and they're welcome to join. Also, it is a Black organization, but we do not let, stop other ethnicities or races from joining, because the goal is only to increase the inclusion of Black students and Black engineers and help them succeed. So if you feel like you're part of that, if you feel like you like that message, you're welcome to join us, and we welcome you on open arms. Um, I guess that's all I got now. But if you do want to join our mailing list, you can go ahead and email Brianna, which is our secretary, and she'll add you to the emailing list. And also, you can join our GroupMe by scanning the QR code. And we have a big list of engineering students in there, and it could be a way for you to make new friends, especially when it's harder to meet now during this time. Anybody got questions? You can write them down if you don't want to speak, or you can let's see, go back one actually. I didn't want to end it. You right there.
Yeah, so yeah, y'all feel free to unmute yourselves, ask some questions. Again, you can type them in the chat. So I know that NESB has an event called Stemology typically every year. Can you tell them what Stemology is?
Okay. I'm so STEMology is actually not led by our group, but it's led by our professional group, which is. But we always, we work very extensively with them. Even some of our, actually one of the people in this picture, which is Ashley. I believe. No, it's not Ashley. Actually, someone who's not in the picture. That's called David. He's part of the professional group, and I think Samology is just where we cater to, I think, high school and middle school students, and we kind of create events for them to, basically get introduced to STEM field. And did you want to say something, Paula? Also, if you do see as part of the screen, you'll see Michael, and Michael is also part of NSB. He's our vice president. He's our president.
Is this a time for me to say something?
Yeah, you can say something, Michael. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I'm the president. And like, as far as me being president, one of the main things I do want to focus on is that that family feel, the community that I want to bring inside the organization. Because we're all engineers, and most of my friends are in engineering, and we study together, hang out together, mainly study together because we usually don't have to hang out, but that studying is hanging out. And as you get through your major, you'll understand that. But we have fun while we study and we enjoy everything. But one of the main things is it's easier to get through engineering if you do have those friends. And so again, I wanted to make that community to make sure everybody's comfortable, make sure everybody got like a study buddy or something like that. So.
Yeah, NSB is a really awesome group, y'all. Not only do they have the social and academic aspect, but they also do a lot of community outreach. So yeah, NSB is a really awesome group to get involved with.
Thank you, Julia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing the screen, and I'm gonna see if I can lose my privileges. How do I do that, by the way?
I don't think you necessarily need to. I think for the next group, which is going to be the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, I'm just going to go ahead and pass it off to them. Let's see, Sam, are you presenting for? Let's see, who's presenting for the?
Yeah, let's start us out.
That is you? Okay, perfect. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Sam.
Awesome, thank you, Julia, and hello, everybody. My name is Sam Horn, and I am a senior electrical and computer engineering major. And I thought it would be fun for us all to get to know each other real quick. So I'm going to put my year and major in the chat, and I encourage you all to do that too. I think it'd be cool to see who's here today. And so while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and play a quick video that just talks about what we're all about.
In spring 1884, an organization founded in technical innovation took its first breath.
The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEEE, is a global organization formed to encourage the next generation of students to explore their knowledge.
At the University of Memphis, our student-led branch of IEEE is dedicated to providing U of M students with hands-on technical skills workshops, leadership seminars, and in-depth industry tours.
Our professional programming is open to all students, from card-carrying IEEE members to your everyday student who may not even study STEM.
During these complicated and hard times, IEEE feels more called than ever to help enrich the minds of our students.
Our officers are working diligently to ensure that students get the full experience of IEEE, creating spaces where members and students can learn safely and freely.
The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering will always stand by you. In spring 18...
Hi, I'm Elsie McGee. I am the Vice Chair of Workshops, and I'm just going to introduce our officer team real quick. So first on the left is Tylen Barr. He's the Vice Chair of Tours and Communications. Obviously, I just introduced myself. I am the Vice Chair of Workshops, and then we have our fearless leader, Sam Horn, who's our chair, and then Will Walker, our secretary.
So like you heard in the video, and we do a lot of stuff, and I'll let Tylen take this slide.
All right, awesome. So yes, I am Tylen Barr,
And what do? We do so many different things, from workshops to advanced tours and workshops, different seminars. We just really try to build a bond between like student and professional life, and actually to build a bond between students to actually get to know each other, and from different majors as well. Is a really actual beneficial thing. And we've been trying to work really, really hard trying to fit the new world we're living in. So that's why we're trying to actually change up some things so it can still be interactive for you guys. So we have a lot of things planned this semester. Also, I just want to add, we have a national branch, but we are the smaller branch off of the national corporation. And it is, so much fun to, if you ever want to be a part of the national branch, that's such an honor too, because you can actually meet different people in the professional world and connect and bond with them. But it's just so much fun to be a part of, IEEE. Sam or Elsie, do y'all want to add anything to the slide?
No, I think you did that great, Tylen.
Yeah, so what we have here is just some pictures of some of our previous events. This was actually in 2019. We had the opportunity to travel to Huntsville for a competition. Each year we have a robot team. We're happy to tell you more about that. These are pictures of some of our tours. So we toured Mitsubishi Electric Power Products, and we toured MLG&W, among many more. We would show you pictures forever if we showed everything. These are some of the hardware that's been built by our teams in the past.
These are just a highlight of some of the events we have planned for the semester. We have approximately 8 or 9 events happening this semester, all virtual, obviously. We have a lot of different people coming from a lot of different companies and places. We have leadership workshops, and we do have some technical skills workshops coming up.
Yeah, so I'll just take the chance right now to walk you through a couple of these. We have, so Dan Nagel, I'll just point out that event. So we met him last year in 2019, and he is going to teach us how to hack. So what's cool about the seminar is that everything he does is legal and ethical. He's written these networking apps, and then he reverse engineers his own apps. So by doing it that way, it's a way to teach us about network vulnerability and learn and do it in a legal way. So that's going to be very awesome. And then we've got all kinds of stuff coming up. And we're also doing a giveaway that I'm going to let Elsie tell you about.
Yeah, so when you join our Discord or email list this week, you can be entered to win a Innovia multimeter, a Wise camera, and or an X-Tech USB power monitor. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. We hope that you liked our presentation, and we hope you'll consider coming to some of our events this semester.
Anybody have any questions in the 1 minute we have left?
Yeah, and if you didn't see, Sam went ahead and put in the chat ways to communicate with them, how to get on their email list, all of that good stuff. Thank you, IEEE. Y'all did a really awesome job. Okay, so next we have the Earthquake Engineering Research Institute. Who will I be handing this off to?
Hi, you'll be handing it off to me.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and make you a co-host, and you should be good to go.
All right, thank you. Let me find my PowerPoint here. And there we go. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Christy Asadalahi, and I am co-secretary of EERI. You may be thinking, earthquake engineering, what? That's not a major here. And you're right. So earthquake engineering is a subset of civil engineering, and primarily the graduate students are members of EERI, but we host an undergraduate seismic design competition every year. So this page is just our faculty advisor, Dr. Pazesh. He's also the chair of the civil engineering department. So just to be clear, Earthquake Engineering Research Institute is open to students of all disciplines, but it's definitely targeted towards civil engineering students. So the Earthquake Engineering Research Institute, our specific student chapter, aims mainly at professional opportunities. So we have speakers that come every semester that talk to students about what it's like to be in the earthquake engineering field from a design perspective. And we also have a lot of information about the construction and design of earthquake resistant buildings. And so that's more with structural engineering, which is again another subset of civil engineering. So we have speakers come in every semester. This semester we're going to have webinars. We also have career information sessions and also the EERI competition. So your involvement with EERI would primarily be with this competition every year. And so what the students do is they construct y'all construct a tower out of balsa wood and different types of glue. And you can see it's taller than that man in the figure right there. So pretty large structures. And what you do first is you're going to use structural engineering software to kind of determine and estimate different velocities and accelerations that the structure is going to experience. And based off of those estimations and how well your structure performs, you could win this competition. There are 40 undergraduate teams every year from around the world. There was one team from Romania. There were a couple from South America. So it's just crazy. It's been, this competition has been hosted in Mexico and Vancouver in the past. Last year it was hosted in San Diego, I believe. So if you think you'd like to be a part of the team, it's not a promise, but if you think you'd like to be a part of it, just contact me, and my email is right there, cmmore11@memphis.edu. And again, it's not a promise saying I'm gonna head this up, but it's just a thing saying like, hey, I might enjoy that. That might be great, and it'll look good on your resume. It's a lot of fun. You also, this competition is hosted at the same time as the EERI annual meeting, which is all professionals. So they're going there to listen to professional speakers talk about recent earthquake disasters that they went and they were on the scene the day after. And so you also get to hear some really interesting talks. This is the 2019 seismic design competition, and at that time I was actually the seismic design competition coordinator. So that basically meant that I just made sure that your hotels are booked, no one's going to get lost, we're all going to make it on the plane. And I just loved mentoring that team and just being a part of it and watching them come up with such amazing ideas. And they actually placed third out of 40 universities from around the world. So a very proud moment. And that was us in Vancouver in Canada. And so I put our thank you to our sponsors. None of our sponsors are attending this meeting today, but I thought it would be very interesting for you to see that Geotechnology and Chad Stewart and Associates are both local engineering companies that hire our undergraduate students that go into geotechnical engineering and structural engineering, and they're one of our sponsors. So that's also just another reason why it's great to have EERI on your resume. So are there any questions? Well, thank you so much for attending today. Like, I think having 37 people here online is just absolutely amazing. And IEEE, I just learned so much from y'all today, like making an intro video. That was an awesome idea. So I need to talk with some of my friends and get something like that going.
All right. Yeah, so is the representative from SWE here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Hillary. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to Mallory. All right.
All right. Janice is here too.
Hey Julia, it says that the host disabled screen sharing.
Oh, let me see. Interesting. Okay, well, because of that, Mallory, I'm gonna go ahead and make you the host, and then, oh yeah,
Give it to Janice.
Janice, okay, Janice is co-sharing, okay. Gotcha. Okay, Janice, you should be good to go.
Yep, I got it now. Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Julia.
All right, guys. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mallory Gullett, and I am the chief president of the Society of Women Engineers, aka SWE. So whenever we finally get to come back to campus, you might look around the room and notice there's not a ton of women in your class, and that may be something you're not used to, and that's what we're here for. SWE is the world's largest advocate and catalyst for change for women in engineering and technology. And I'm now in my 4th year of being a SWE member, and it is my 3rd year holding a leadership position. I've also become involved with the professional section for SWE Memphis. And through SWE, I've had many opportunities to travel to conferences to enhance my professional skills and meet some incredible women along the way. Our organization aims to support women in the field of engineering, and we do that by holding events on campus where we get to know each other and have fun, as well as professional events to improve resumes and to network. I'm now going to let my event chair, Janice, speak on some of the things we have planned for you guys.
Hey everyone, my name is Janice Ferris, and like Mallory said, I'm the event planner for SWE. So first I wanted to tell y'all a little about the events that we've done in the past, just to give you an idea of what we can actually do when we're in person. So last year we had a pumpkin painting party around Halloween. We provided all of the supplies needed. Anyone could sign up and come and paint a pumpkin while we watched a Halloween movie together. That was such a hit that we had a Bob Ross paint night in the spring. We all followed along while we watched Bob Ross paint one of his famous landscapes. We worked very closely with Cummins last year, so they actually brought in some of their employees for a panel. There were engineers, managers, and even a human resources worker. It was very informational and helpful to just get their tips and advice on our futures and careers. So now I want to tell you a little about what we're planning for this semester. Obviously, everything is going to be on Zoom starting out, but we're planning a kickoff event for probably mid-September, where we're going to play a fun Pictionary type game and then do a pet show and tell, because we all love to show our pets off on Zoom. We're currently trying to plan an intern panel for October, where we have engineering students that have internships in various companies come together on the panel and just speak on their experiences with their companies, give tips on how to find and land internships, tips on how to balance work and school, that sort of thing. We think this will be a great way for students to get to network together, as well as learn more about how internships work and possibly just give exposure to different companies in Memphis. If this goes well, we could look at planning an employer panel in the spring. So we're very excited about these upcoming events and hope that they're going to be a hit. And if you're not already on the email list for SWE, we would love for you to join that so that you can be included and get updates about what we're planning on doing. So anyone interested in joining SWE, you can either write your email in the chat, join SWE on Tiger Zone, or shoot us an email at that uofm.swe@gmail.com. And this organization isn't just for women. We also need males who want to advocate for women in engineering. So please, everyone, feel free to contact us if you're interested.
We're currently designing t-shirts for this year, so we will be sending information on how to order those once they are ready. We'll also be sending out a poll in the next week to determine what day works best for us to have our Zoom events this semester. If anyone has any ideas or suggestions on types of events that they would like to see, please feel free to reach out to me, because we really want to give you the best opportunity to have fun and get some professional development through SWE. Please, you can join us on Instagram. I have that on the presentation. And we're hoping to have a great semester. And if anyone has any questions, you can ask them now. If not, just join us and email us for this semester.
Thanks, Janice. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask them now.
All right, so it looks like we have a couple of minutes left for SWE. So what kind of companies are you guys involved with?
So right now we're involved with a lot of biomedical companies, so Smith & Nephew, Medtronic, but we're currently working on getting a few different mechanical engineering companies and civil engineering companies to sponsor us and help us with events and things like that. So I know Cummins has offered to help with some events for us, and we're also planning on reaching out to Barge Solutions, which is a civil engineering company.
All right, very cool. Well, thank you, Steve. All right, so next on the lineup, we have Alpha Eta Mu Beta. Do we have a representative here for them?
That's me.
All right, Nancy. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you co-host privileges, so you'll be able to share. Okay. You can go ahead and take it away.
All right. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Wait, I forgot to hit the present button. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nancy Pomp-Bryan, and I'm the current president for this year of Alpha Eta Mu Beta, or AEMB. So AEMB is a National Biomedical Engineering Honor Society comprised of both graduate and undergraduate students. And the way that we like to recognize our students is through their outstanding academic and character qualities. Unfortunately, this club is by invitation only. So you have to be invited to join it. It's not like for the previous clubs where you can just ask to join and you're like automatically in. This is a one-time fee of $45 to pay to national dues. And then here at the University of Memphis, we only have a $5 due each semester. So things that we normally like to do during non-COVID times is we like to do the 3-minute thesis, where we invite graduate and undergraduate students from many disciplines across campus to compete against each other in presenting their research in under 3 minutes. And then we give out awards based off of the winner, or we give out like 3 awards: winner, runner-up, and then the people's choice. We like to host a cookout or a happy hour usually each year. We like to participate on Party on the Patio, and this year virtually. We do t-shirts each year, and that was last year's t-shirt design down in the bottom right of your screen. And then we like to host biomedical engineering mentoring / Q&A session, where undergraduates or like lowerclassmen can come and ask upperclassmen and graduate students all the questions about biomedical engineering, their lab experience, study abroad experience, just really any question that they have related to biomedical engineering and their time at the University of Memphis. So some of the benefits of joining AEMB is that you can get funding for virtual conferences and regular conferences. But for COVID this year, they're all virtual. So but you can still ask, and we can still help you pay like your registration fees. And then you can connect and network with upperclassmen and graduate students. You have leadership opportunities through many officer roles in the club. And then you get the national recognition of being in the Biomedical Engineering Honor Society. And so our activities, we usually only have 2 meetings a semester, a cookout, and then a t-shirt. And if you want, you can follow us on Instagram at AEMB Memphis. And That is my email. You are always welcome to reach out and ask any questions that you have. Yeah, that's really it.
All right, very cool. So what are kind of the qualifications of being invited to the club? Just so our underclassmen kind of know like what to look up to and what to expect.
Yeah, of course. So the top 5th of juniors and the top 3rd of seniors can join and will be invited. Dr. Bolin, our club advisor, is the one who goes through and sorts through all of the lists of the students' names to see who's eligible and who is not eligible. Then graduate students with a 3.75 GPA or above can join, and that's like the academic side. And then you also have the character side, which is high integrity and responsibility and self-discipline, and then you're dedicated to bioengineering and willing to work hard to improve the field of biomedical engineering.
Oh wow, that's very cool. Okay, and then what about conferences? Like what typically happens at your conferences? I know usually they'd be in person, so maybe this year we wouldn't know what to expect, but.
I don't actually know if AEMB hosts its own conference. I know when we were saying for helping out like funding conferences, that would be if like a undergraduate or graduate student wants to go to another conference and present their work and they're studying, and we can help them fund that through like the registration and the travel fees and stuff like that.
Okay, wow, that is very good to know. So yeah, all of you undergrads who are thinking about going into research or maybe doing some research on campus, that's a really good opportunity for you all, because the more conferences that you attend and the more awards that you receive, the better your resume looks, right? So very, very cool. All right, thank you, Nancy.
Okay, I'm gonna stop share.
And so we wrapped up a little quickly with that organization. So for those of you who've kind of been on the call continuously, do you have any questions about any of the organizations that you've seen so far? If not, that is completely okay. I'm very happy to see that there's a lot of participation happening in the chat. And next up, we'll have the Institute of Transportation Engineers. We'll go ahead and give them a few minutes just because their time slot hasn't been hit yet. Or actually, I apologize. Next, we'll have Tau Beta Pi at 10:35.
Yeah, Julia, I'm also giving that one.
Are you really? Okay,
yeah.
I mean, if you'd like to go ahead and do Tau Beta Pi, that's absolutely fine. Well, actually, for people that are joining just to see Tau Beta Pi, we might want to go ahead and wait for the time slot. So let's just go ahead and give them 2 minutes and then we'll do Tau Beta Pi.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, Nancy, you can go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right, thank you. Okay. So again, good morning. My name is Nancy Pont-Bryant, and I'm the current Vice President of Tau Beta Pi. The president has a class right now, so that's why I'm giving the presentation. So Tau Beta Pi is the Engineering Honor Society for all the engineering disciplines on campus. So we are comprised of mechanical, biomedical, computer, electrical, and civil engineers. So our purpose is to honor engineering students through scholarship and character. We like to support the college, develop leaders through giving officer positions, lead by example by being the top of our class, and learn professional ethics by attending many conferences and networking with people in the industry. So there are really two tiers of eligibility. The first one is your scholastic eligibility. So unfortunately, this one is also only by invitation, so you can't just ask to join, but you can definitely, when you're in a lower classmen, definitely aim to keep your GPA up high, because the top 8th of juniors and the top 5th of seniors are invited to join this. You can also be a graduate student or an alumni, and you can join. And then there are the special exceptions of eminent engineers such as Jeff Bezos. And then the second tier is the character eligibility. And we decide your character eligibility by basing it off of whether you have an honorable and considerate attitude, your own personal integrity, and seeing if you can come up with optimal solutions when dealing with both humanity and technical factors. Our creed of Tau Beta Pi is integrity and excellence in engineering, and the arrow is pointing to our symbol, which is the bent, and actually the bent is outside of the engineering buildings on campus, but unfortunately we can't see that right now. So the way that Tau Beta Pi is organized is that there are many collegiate and alumni chapters throughout the entire US, and it is nationally recognized. So it's really noticeable on your resume when you have Tau Beta Pi on there, since it's so big. It's such a big organization. So this is really what Tau Beta Pi is all about. It's honoring engineering students by your scholastic and your character qualities, upholding the most professional ethics at all times, developing leaders, encouraging excellence in engineering, and always striving to improve the human condition. And if you have any questions, that is our president's email up there on the screen, Logan Wilson. You can also reach out to me, but we put Logan's on the presentation. And then we also have an Instagram page, U_TBP for Tau Beta Pi.
All right, thank you, Tau Beta Pi. Does anyone have any questions for them? You can type them in the chat or go ahead and cut in with your audio. All righty, well, thank you, Nancy. Our next group is gonna be the Institute of Transportation Engineers, and they'll come on at 10:42. So we'll go ahead and resume then. Okay, so if we have a representative for the Institute of Transportation Engineers, go ahead and let me know.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and give you co-host privileges.
Okay.
Alrighty, and you can go ahead and start whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me share. I think this is the right one. So can everyone see that, my presentation? Right there, okay. So I'm Jake Milligan. I am the current president of the Institute of Transportation Engineers. I am a graduate student at U of M, and I'm studying civil engineering. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about what ITE is, who we are, and a little bit about what we do as well. So ITE is an international professional organization. So think like ASCE, BSME, all of those professional organizations. So it is a way for transportation professionals all over the world to be able to get to know each other, bounce ideas off of each other, ask questions. ITE also puts out some resources, some standards for a lot of traffic engineering related things. So ITE will especially appeal to civil engineering majors if you're interested in transportation at all. Memphis is a big transportation hub because we have FedEx hubbed here. We have 5 Class A railroads that go through the city. We have the Mississippi River. We have 2 major interstate systems going through here, soon to be one more when I-69 opens. So if you're looking to stay in Memphis, transportation could be a really good field for you. So that's just ITE as a whole. We are the student chapter at U of M for that. So all of the student ITE members are members of the international organization as well. So just a little bit about what we do. We have chapter meetings. We usually have 1 or 2 of these every semester. You can see that in the top left. We'll have transportation professionals from the Memphis area, typically engineering related professionals, come in and speak, give us a presentation about projects they're working on. Conferences, so there are 2 big conferences that the U of M hosts relating to transportation. The one in the fall is called the State of Freight, and it's just talking about all the freight moving goods through the transportation system. And then one in the spring is the Choosing Transportation Summit. That's what you see on the left in the middle there. And that's more geared towards outreach and getting more people to choose transportation as a career. So ITE members, we assist Dr. Ivy in setting up those things and getting the goodie bags ready for all the participants. And typically there's an event or 2 at each one of those that will help facilitate as well. K-12 outreach, you see the top middle there is University Middle, and we help them work on a project for pedestrian safety on Highland. Tours, you might have seen in the lobby in the engineering building last spring, we had a tour of the Memphis International Airport planned, but sadly that was scheduled for April 2nd, so quarantine shut it down. But in the bottom left there's some of us touring the CN Railroad facility in New Orleans, actually. The Traffic Bowl is a really fun competition. You see that in the top right, and that is essentially a Jeopardy but related to traffic. So we actually won for the state of Tennessee last year, and so we got to go on to the bottom right picture. It was a regional conference in Atlanta. We did not do so well there, but that was a student leadership summit there, and it was really fun, really informative, and all expenses paid. So if you want to get involved with ITE, there's a couple ways you can do it. If you have your phone and you want to scan these QR codes, that's a good way to get involved. So you can join our email list at the top, or you can email me. The bottom left there, if you scan that, you can go to ITE International and join as an official international member. That is free for undergraduate students. If you're a graduate student, it's $30 a year. But if you do the bottom one, please also do the top one so we can know who has signed up and gotten involved. So that is all from me. Are there any questions?
All right, thank you, Jake. That is so cool. Oh my goodness. Could you kind of elaborate more on the competitions?
The traffic bowl
Yeah.
thing? Yeah, so that, I mean, it's essentially Jeopardy. So they give you a prompt and you have to answer with a question. And so we studied for it for about a month before we had, you know, weekly meetings practicing and studying for it. And it's funny, the buzzer to designate which team it is, it's like a big traffic light. And so like, I think we were red or something. So whenever we buzzed in, the red light was up. And then your countdown timer is one of those like pedestrian crosswalk timers that counts down. So it's kind of fun. It's really geeky, but we had a good time and we won. So it was fun.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'd actually never heard of that before, so it was pretty neat to get to hear you talk about it. All right. Well, thank you, Jake. Our next group is going to be the American Society of Civil Engineers. And let's see, we have about 2 minutes before they're supposed to come on, but do we have a representative?
Yes, I'll be the representative.
All right, cool. I really like your background. Let's see, I'm gonna give you co-host privileges, so whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and present. Let's go ahead and wait about a minute for people who are interested.
All right. Hello, everybody. I don't know if everybody can see the PowerPoint. Okay. So we are ASC, American Society of Civil Engineers. Cooper Morris is the president. I'm the vice president, Lauren Mitchell. And we also have one other member of our executive board. Her name's Nicole Ariano. And engineering of the future is what ASC is all about, making sure that we provide for the whole society of the world. So the vision of American Society of Civil Engineers, we have a professional chapter, and since we're the university, we're the collegiate chapter. Their vision is civil engineers are global leaders building a better quality of life. So the environment, just your building, your everything you can think of. Their mission, or our mission, is to protect public safety and welfare. That would be more of like the professional aspect side, and deliver value to our members. So we're going to get into that in a little bit. And advanced civil engineering, just making sure research is being done all the time, basically. So what we do, we have conferences, and in those conferences, we do steel bridge, and they have a couple other different competitions within the conference. And we do also bi-weekly meetings with professionals, and can't think of all the professionals that we have on top of our head. But however, this semester, since we're doing things virtually, once everybody gets settled in with doing classes virtually and stuff, we plan on having the bi-weekly meetings on Zoom, such as this, and anybody can attend the meeting. And if you're not able to attend the meeting at that certain time, we plan on posting the recording on our website. And then we also have different conferences besides the the regional Deep South Conference, and we have small social gatherings. So basically, concrete canoe, it's what it sounds like. You build a canoe out of concrete, which is super fun. It's a lot of hard work going into it, the design and everything, and then there's a big paper at the end. But it all pays off because something that Jake likes to say is ASC doesn't stand for American Society of Civil Engineers. He likes to say it stands for American Society of Canoe Enthusiasts. So we've done a couple things besides the building the concrete canoe. We've actually went out on social gatherings of where we just did canoe things. And basically you have to come up with a mixed design, and then once you figure out which mixed design's the best, then you design your hull and everything like that. If you want a male or female mold, then you actually get to mix all the concrete, put it into the mold, make sure it's smooth, and coat it and everything, paint it, as you can see over here. And then you get to finally row it, which is the fun part. Other competition, I don't know if Cooper is here. He was saying he wanted to talk about
Yes, Adam. So my name is Cooper Morris. I'm the president of ASC, as Ab said, and I'm also the Steel Bridge captain. So I'm just going to quick overview of what Steel Bridge is. So they're kind of joint right now as far as our conferences are together, ASCE and AISC. So AISC is American Institute of Steel Construction, and they are the governing body, and they host the Steel Bridge competition. So as you see on the screen, that's our bridge from 2 years ago. Last year conference didn't happen because of quarantine and everything. So this kind of highlights, we're able to work with Barnhart, Crane, and Rigging to put this bridge together. So you're getting real world experience with our organization. You know, these people hire engineers and they're looking for engineers. So you're going to be able to work with Barnhart and on this bridge, not only designing it, but also actually constructing the bridge. And that's a lot of experience and a lot of real world connections that you're going to be able to gain by being part of our organization. Next slide.
So basically what I was saying earlier, we have conferences and small social gatherings. So down over here at the bottom left is the Tennessee Engineers Conference, which happened in Franklin. I believe it was last fall. And it was fun. It was us three and our faculty advisor, Roger Meyer. He drove us there. And we got a little small trophy for winning some Jeopardy game. And we also like to barbecue sometimes just to get together and socialize with our fellow colleagues in civil engineering. You want to take that, Cooper?
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about just ASCE as a whole. What benefits do you get by being a member not only of our student chapter, but then eventually moving on to the professional chapter? So in school, you're going to have access to all the national organization resources. And that's a big help when you're trying to do research and write papers and everything. Just to have access to all the resources that they have provides a lot of benefit. Or also scholarship opportunities that are available to you nationally and everything. It's definitely a great opportunity and something that you can achieve and put on your resume. Overall, you know, ASCE is a very, very large organization, so being able to put that on your resume helps you whenever you're in the job market. People see that you're a part of ASCE, and most likely they have been a part of it also. And then you're gaining your real world connections. These people are going to be the ones hiring you when you get out of school. So whenever you go ahead and you gain experience as an undergrad all the way through, if you decide to do grad school, but then you're in the job market and you have all these connections already established when you're going on the job market. So that's about it for us. If you have any questions, let us know. But this is definitely two wonderful organizations between not only ASCE, but also AISC overall. And we appreciate all y'all attending.
Yeah, is there a good email that they can reach you at or anything?
Yes, so they can actually go to our website. I'll put it in the chat box. They can go to the website or they can email one of us to get on the email list.
Okay, great. Thanks, y'all. That was a great presentation. Okay, so next we have the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. Do I have a representative?
Yeah, that'll be me.
All right, perfect. I will go ahead and give you co-host privileges. All right, you can go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, my name is Matt Sale. I'm representing AIAA, which is the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. So a little bit about what we do. A large portion of what AIAA actually does is research. So we have a couple of our members who have been researching some material that is potentially going to be used in space shuttle flight. And they started doing that in their undergraduate work, and they have advanced into master's degrees and are continuing that research. And that goes into a little bit more of what happens later on. But there's a great opportunity to get some published papers and honors theses out of the research that's being produced through our group. Every year, AIAA hosts regional student conferences. Obviously, last year, like everyone else has said, we were unable to go to the conference because of the pandemic going on. But it is a great opportunity to meet other industry professionals from the aerospace and astronautics industries, hear other students present their research and design projects. There is prizes that are awarded. I know a couple of our previous members have won some pretty big prizes out of AIAA. But one of the big things that we are focusing on right now is the SA Cup rocket team. So this is a really great experience for anyone who is able to be involved in it, where you can kind of get some hands-on experience of learning about how a rocket is produced and the steps that go through, and eventually getting to the point of launching this rocket in a competition to reach, a certain apogee, and then begin a controlled descent. Last year, our rocket team actually designed and built the rocket, and they were able to do some simulation data and things that go along with that. So we have a fully functioning rocket assembled, but we need to start doing some testing. So this year, one of the senior design projects for mechanical engineering is to do the testing of the different subsystems within the rocket. And we're looking for having potentially some undergraduate students come in and help us do and complete some of this testing once we get the test built and everything. And this is going to include part of that controlled descent and recovery, as well as engine mountings and potentially some vibration testing. So in the process of sending this rocket up, the material that the two gentlemen are researching is going to be used as a payload for the rocket. And we're trying to conduct some testing on before and after the payload goes up into the air and what type of results we get off of it. We're hoping that we'll get everything ready and be able to do a soft launch, soft launch in the beginning of the summer. And, really set it up for next year's team, which we're hoping will continue on with another senior design project where they will be able to troubleshoot any remaining issues, perform an actual full launch and compete in the 2022 SA Cup, and then begin the design process for the next year's model. So my name again is Matt Sale. I am the actual team lead for the SA Cup senior design team. You can reach me at the email address you see there on the screen. Our president is Dalton Bowen. He is actually one of the research people involved. So if you have questions about any of the research that's being done or would like to maybe potentially get involved in research, you can reach out to him, but we would love to hear from everybody.
Wow, thank you, Matt. That was an amazing presentation. Thank you. Okay, so it looks like at 11:03 we have IEEE Eta Kappa Nu coming on. So let's see here. Do we have a representative?
Yeah, that's me, Tyler Wallace.
Oh, Tyler? Okay, perfect. Okay, so you should now be a co-host. And you may want to give people a minute who are interested to join, but whenever you're ready, you can go ahead.
Okay, I guess I'll give it just a second then.
Your background's cool, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was something else just before this. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing. And there we go. Hopefully y'all are seeing what I'm saying. Okay, are y'all able to see the PowerPoint slide? Hello? Okay, cool, sweet. All right, so IEEE Eta Kappa Nu. This is an engineering honor society, specifically for electrical and computer engineering majors. That is at least what our chapter has been dedicated to. Nationally, it is actually known to accept other engineering fields and other STEM members like CS or biomed or mechanical. Our chapter specifically focuses on electrical and computer engineering majors, kind of from the roots of what Eta Kappa Nu is. And of course, otherwise we're known as HKN, and that was actually taken from the Greek word for electron. It is the first, fourth, and last letter of that word. We can post it in chat here. But I seem to have lost certain controls, so I guess I'll do that later. So yeah, the organization was founded in 1904 in the University of Illinois. And it joined IEEE in 2010, so this organization is over 100 years old at this point. And there are 100,000 plus members, over 260 chapters worldwide, and I do mean worldwide. We have members in Italy. And the goal of HKN is to produce basically the next generation's leaders in the profession. Okay, cool. In terms of who's invited, it is electrical and computer engineering majors. It's the top 30% of sophomores and the top 20% of juniors and seniors. Seems like we're one of the only ones that get more selective as we go. And I guess I accidentally copied something else from another slide over. I forgot to change that around. But yeah, we are invitation-based only. So once we invite you, you then get to choose us. Some of the benefits of being a member of HCAN, so inductees, they receive a year membership to IEEE, and that includes all of its vast resources of being a member there. You have access to a bunch of journals and a bunch of research. So many interesting things on IEEE.com, or IEEE.org rather, sorry. And of course, you also get the subscription to IEEE's The Bridge digital magazine. Lots of interesting stuff in there, a bunch of tech stuff. So if you're not into tech, maybe you won't want that. Of course, there's professional network growth that goes along with it. There's a lot of people that actively seek out members of HKN to hire. And then there's just the prestige of being in the honor society. We are, you know, the top of the top for electrical and computer engineering. And then there's my contact info. In terms of events that we're holding this semester, I don't have a lot in mind yet. I'm still working through that. Going virtual has been kind of tough. Of course, it's been tough on everybody. I am going to do my best to support SAM and IEEE in its events. And so you'll see me at each and every one of those, promise. And I've left my contact info up on the screen. It's TV Wallace or TVWLLACE. They decided to cut out a letter there at Memphis.edu. Are there any other questions I can answer?
All right, great. Thank you, Tyler.
Okay.
Okay, so next we're gonna have the Society of Automotive Engineers, or SAE. They'll be on at 11:10. Oh yeah, and Tyler, if you stop sharing your screen, your chat will pop back up at the bottom. That way you can type all your info in there. Okay, do we have a representative from SAE?
Yes.
All right. Oh, River? Okay, perfect. Okay, so you're now co-host and you can go ahead and start whenever you're ready.
All right, thank you. All right, hello everybody, and this is SAE Baja. I'm coming to you live from our Baja shop located on South Campus. As you can see behind me, we have our Baja car and some of the projects that we've been working on during the summer. But first, I want to start off by giving our presentation. Engineer is engineered to win, designed to get dirty. What is SAE Baja? Well, SAE is Society of Automotive Engineering, which is a collegiate design series that we are a part of. And they have multiple different series that incorporate Baja, Formula, and aerospace, and I think clean engines. So Society of Automotive Engineering is very, very, I guess you can say, important for us. What does Tiger Baja do? Well, Tiger Baja incorporates a lot of things. Well, like frame design, our driver safety training, project management, welding, or not welding, I'm sorry, we'll get further into that. But it incorporates learning the rules and trying to actually design around it. So design constraints. So that's a very useful skill that you'll learn in SAE Baja. A few pictures of our competitions, just to keep you interested. So one of the things we do that's very important to our organization is a lot of design work. And this is what we did in the previous year, or this previous summer, for our current car that we are currently working on. And I'll just show you guys the articulation of our rear end. So this is part of the things we do. We learn CAD software, and we learn how to use the articulation of the simulation in NX. Why Tiger Baja? Well, everything. That's why. No, really. Why Tiger Baja is because it's more than just an organization. We like to call ourselves a family because you do more than just connect with other students. You make friends and you do collaborative work. And that's part of the real world and team working experience. And then you also learn how to be professional, learn how to get, learn how to operate in meetings and presentations. You also learn how to work around a shop and know what needs to be done. There's a lot to Baja than what you see on the surface. So we just want to send out a thank you to Dr. Hochstein, who's our advisor, and to all of our sponsors that help make this thing happen. Cummins is a big part of us. They've recently started working with us, and without them and all the rest of our sponsors, we probably wouldn't be here. Another beautiful picture of our Tiger Baja vehicle. So we plan on having our first Baja meeting on Friday, September 4th at 1 p.m. You're probably going to be seeing us again in some of the intro courses. So get ready for this presentation, but hopefully we'll do it a lot better. You can go ahead and follow us on our social medias, hit us up on our email, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So don't hesitate to follow us and stay tuned for what's coming up over the next 8 months. So if you want to get involved, if you want to be a part of this, and you want to make connections and us do your homework, not really, but there's our information right there. Avi Patel is our vice president, and I am River Warren, and I'm your president. So I guess we have, let's see, a couple of minutes, and I think, John, you want to, John, you want to talk a little bit about us, a little more? Oh, man. He's shy. He's camera shy. He wants to know what's for lunch. Okay, well, I don't know. You're not getting lunch because you haven't done anything yet. That's who we are. This is who we are. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you're interested in what's behind us, I'll move the camera around a little bit.
Do it. Give us a
Thank
tour.
you, Julia. Shop tour. All right. Is that what we want? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, cameraman, do the thing. All right, so this is a mill and this is our drill press right over here. Big heavy machines. You're really gonna have to be careful on here, and safety is a big part of our organization. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, can you guys see this? Awesome. Okay, making sure I'm still screen sharing, but let me go ahead and stop that. Stop the share so you can see everything that's going on. So over here, this is the current project that we've been working on over the summer. This is the subframe and the control arms for our new suspension, rear suspension design. That is a mouthful. And it is something that I thoroughly enjoyed this. Welding is super fun. Like, I've had an exciting time with this. And let's go ahead and go to our centerpiece right here is the Baja car. This is the thing that sees all the rough terrains that is in SAE Baja. Rocks, boulders, logs, puddles, and some bad drivers even. Yeah. So, I guess I would go back there even further, but there's a lot of stuff in the way. but we have bandsaws, hardware, and all kind of stuff. So if you're really looking forward to learning how to work in a shop, Baja's your place. I'm Bob Barker.
I love that, River. Thank you. This was a really awesome presentation. So yeah, be sure to be involved with SAE. They do obviously a lot, but they have fun doing it. So, all right. So I see we have a couple of representatives from the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. So who will be sharing their screen?
Oh, Julia, I will.
You will? Okay. So
Yes.
I'll go ahead and give you co-host privileges. Let me.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so you're now a co-host, so you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay. Can you see my screen okay? Good? Okay, awesome. Well, hi everybody. My name is Gabe Fellman, and I'm the event chair for ASME. I am thrilled to talk to you about our club today. Our focus in ASME is to connect students with employers and give them the practical skills they need to succeed early. And just to recap, ASME was just restarted over a year ago. We got off to a great start, and this year we're going to continue that momentum with your help. So let's talk about some of the things that we've done and what we're going to do next. In a nutshell, why you should join ASME. But first, before I get ahead of myself, it's election year, folks. All these officer positions are up for grabs, and we're actively searching for people to fill these roles. So if you're interested, please, please, please reach out to us, and we would love to meet you. We would love to get to know you, and we would love to help you get more involved. So now that I kind of had a chance to talk about our open positions, I'd like to just give a quick little background on our current officers. So first we have Robert Gear. He's our financial chair. Next we have Dan Cook, who serves as our vice chair. And then I'll just turn this over to Cassidy.
Hi, my name's Cassidy Burlesi. I am the chair of ASME currently. And Gabe's done a wonderful job putting this presentation together. If you want to go ahead and go to the next slide. So a little bit about our previous events. Since we are a restarted organization, we've had to do a lot of groundwork. So we decided to focus ASME's efforts on getting internship and company experience and having companies come in and speak with us and our members directly. We got a lot of help from certain companies that were in things like the manufacturing industry, biomedical industry, and we had them come in, give them presentations. People were able to speak with them, get their emails, get their contact information. I think it's a great way for freshmen, sophomores to figure out which part of engineering in mechanical engineering that they would like to go into. We also were involved in E-Day, and we did a 3D printing demo, and I believe that we're the first club to ever do that. We actually gave out little keepsakes, so little printed things that we had made, and the children got to like watch as the printer went and what program we used, and we walked them through all of that. We had a lot of help from our treasurer, Robert Gear, on that. He stayed at the table for most of the day, and he said he had a great time talking to the kids. So it was a great way to get early involvement in engineering for younger children, like elementary school and stuff. And then just another fun thing we had that wasn't directly related to engineering was laser tag at a Golf and Games family park on summer. We had a lot of people show up. We had a really great time. We even got these little cards that we went to the arcade with, and we were able to play arcade games and do laser tag and do virtual reality. And that was all donated to us. And it was a really great opportunity for us to get personal and communicative involvement from our members. So it's not just you going and meeting employers, but it's also you getting the opportunity to meet each other. Gabe, you can take it back if you'd like.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Cassidy. So this kind of leads into the next portion of it. What we want to do is a bit different from last year's activities. We can't have the employer spotlights with pizza. We can't showcase our 3D printing skills, and we can't even have laser tag. But rest assured, we have something a little different that we can offer. We've decided to start our own YouTube channel. In order to provide those practical skills that I had mentioned earlier, we're going to make videos on a variety of different topics, ranging from CAD and GD&T to resume building, and even how to present yourself during the interview process. Another way that we want to connect with you is we, the officers, we want to reach out to smaller companies in the Memphis area that are still looking for interns at the moment. Some of the companies that we'd like to emphasize are the companies that are usually not at the career fair. And I know from a personal experience, I was able to benefit greatly from starting at a smaller business where I was able to pick up on so many different skills that you may not be able to pick up from a larger business. So these are just some of the ideas that we have so far, and we would love to hear your feedback. Maybe it's some ideas on what we can do going forward as well. And so finally, we have some promo to give. First, we have so many t-shirts for sale. So if you're interested in an ASME t-shirt, please contact Cassidy for more information on that. The price of the t-shirts is $15. And second, we're also selling engineering paper. To purchase the engineering paper, again, just contact Cassidy. She'll give you all the details. And third, by scanning that QR code in the bottom and following those sign-in instructions, it'll prompt you to a survey to fill out. Once you do that, you'll be entered into a raffle to win a Have It bundle, which includes a number of different computer accessories, such as a Have It ergonomic gaming mouse and a 5-fan laptop cooling pad. So some pretty cool stuff. And so if you just go into the QR code, fill out the survey, it should prompt you to whatever you need to do next. So before I get into any questions, I would like to mention that if you do scan the QR code on the bottom, it'll prompt you to the survey. I also just like to thank you for sharing your time with all of us. So
I also want to say you can scan the QR code simply by opening up your camera on your phone and just tapping it on your screen. So it should take you automatically to a Safari or to a Chrome link, just so you know.
Yeah. So if I have any questions, feel free to ask or email us at the email addresses that you saw, and ask away.
All right, thanks y'all. That was a really awesome presentation. Thanks for coming out today.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you. So the next club that we have is the Biomedical Engineering Society. Do we have a representative here? If not, we'll go ahead and give them a couple of minutes. Oh, John David?
Hey, what's up?
Okay, all right, perfect. Let me go ahead and give you co-host privileges. Let's see. All right, perfect. So you should be able to present whenever you're ready.
All right, guys. Well, today we don't actually have a physical PowerPoint slide presentation, but I'm just going to talk to you guys about what the Biomedical Engineering Society and Society for Biomaterials is here at Herff College of Engineering. I just want to talk to you guys about who we are and some of the fantastic opportunities you will get from becoming a member in our organization. All right, so first, let's talk about what BMES is. The Biomedical Engineering Society is a professional society that we're dedicated to both current and future professionals in the field of biomedical engineering. We provide students with various opportunities to network with industry professionals, professors, graduate students, and really gain a sense of what you have to look forward to in this field in regards to work, research, internships, and job opportunities. We also host a wide variety of company tours with local medical device companies such as Medtronic, Smith & Nephew, Wright Medical, and we want to give students an opportunity to learn more about what the day-to-day would look like in industry and understand what types of skills and classes they would need to take to prepare them for a role in industry. This year, we're planning some really awesome events, and we're really planning on getting some awesome guest speakers to come talk to you guys about industry, academia, medical school, and even working as patent engineers and other forms of engineering careers. We want to give you guys a chance to get ready, to develop yourselves as professionals. And unfortunately, even though we're on this coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic quarantine, we want to give you guys a chance to continue to build a community and get to know some of your peers, get to know some of your professors. All right, so now that you guys know a little bit about what BMES is, how are you guys gonna get involved? So next Wednesday, August the 26th, we'll be hosting our first general body meeting at 3 p.m. It's gonna be on Zoom. I'll share the information with you guys in a second, but I also want to let you guys know that if you guys are interested in joining the organization, we're only charging a $10 fee as opposed to the $15 and $20 fee that we've charged in previous years. This is due because you guys aren't able to meet in person with us, and yeah, we hope you guys join. Let me share the information with you guys.
All right, Don David. So I know that you all have conferences too. What usually goes down at those conferences?
Yeah, I mean, at these conferences, they're basically they present research. There's professional development events. You're going to meet some professionals, share contact information. You're also going to meet professors from various schools. You're going to meet the biomedical engineering students from other universities. And I really don't know what the schedule's looking like right now, but maybe in the spring we'll be able to go to some. All right, let me see.
Okay, sounds great. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave a couple minutes here on the end so that you guys can get the contact information and the Zoom information for BMES.
Yeah, please feel free to screenshot this, share this with your friends. We really want to have a big turnout. Even though we're not able to meet in person, we really want you guys to come out. We want you to meet the executive team, meet some of your professors, and just have fun. Yeah. All right.
Okay, well, that concludes our party on the patio. Thank you to all the organizations that came out and presented today, and thank you to all the participants. If you have any questions, feel free to contact any of the organizations. We're more than happy to have all of you. All right, thanks everyone. Have a good rest of your Friday.